You're tuning in to the Copacetic Hour.
This is the copacetic hour.
Why don't you just chill?
Why don't you just chill? Why don't you just chill?
That's why I'm laying lavish, the one that keep it sexy and the one that's always classy. So fly, 'cause so fly, 'cause so fly, 'cause so
Yes, this is the Copacetic Hour, and that was Lena Lavish. Copacetic is a term meaning everything is cool, calm, and in excellent order. This podcast is an air for open discussion, but this podcast is not for the weak-hearted nor the simple-minded. And although we may not always agree, we will always exemplify respect. But at the same time, nobody, and I do mean nobody, is exempt from getting these jokes. Everything is copacetic. Yes, this is the Copacetic Hour, episode 29. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good.
Glad to be
Good. Great.
That's what's up. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jasmine. Currently, I am a up-and-coming mompreneur. Just out here, just trying to make it like everybody else, y'all.
Facts.
That's it.
My name is Rashad. I'm a banker, and I'm also an entrepreneur, and own a lot of guns and cologne.
Facts.
My name is Rashida. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a mental health therapist, back for the second time. Happy to be here.
Facts.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dave. I'm also a therapist by training. I'm also a football coach and an R&B artist. And I'm happy to be here as well.
Facts.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lena Lavish. I am a recording artist. I rap and sing. I am also a fifth grade teacher, and I enjoy being artistic and having fun. So,
Facts. Let's jump right into our first topic. Now, Miss Jasmine brought this to my attention. I thought it was a good topic. This is something I personally don't believe in. So that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's just,
Oh, boy.
it doesn't make sense to me, honestly. Long distance relationships, like, why be in one? You know what I'm saying? For one, I must be like a cheater at heart or some shit, because I couldn't be in a long distance relationship. Okay,
Please.
I need to be bound by handcuffs and boundaries. I need to have shit that I can't do, because if I'm just able to roam free, I'm gonna make some bad decisions. I'm sorry. I need restrictions. I'm sorry. I'm a Jackson.
I mean, okay, here's my perspective on long distance relationships, okay? And long distance dating.
Okay.
I'm all for it. I've done it. I've done it actually more than one time, more than two times, more than three times.
Yeah.
But with long distance dating, I'm going to start off with dating, not relationship. Okay. The purpose of dating is to get to know the person, conversation. Dating is basically trying to get to know somebody without the sexual aspect, right?
Right.
And if you really like that person, and if y'all actually y'all really like each other, or y'all come and, agree that y'all are going to exclusively date, then I'm pretty sure y'all can come to an agreement on boundaries, because y'all live in two different states or two different cities or something like that. And what I consider long distance is anything more than like 2-3 hours worth of driving. To me, is like long distance.
Okay.
So long, like different state, military, if they live 5 hours away, 4 hours away, or something like that. There can be boundaries in long distance dating. The longest I've done it was like 9 months. And we actually ended up in a relationship.
Did you cheat on that man in the 9 months?
No.
Did he cheat on you?
No.
So you never kicked it with no niggas in 9 months?
No. I swear, no. And we literally did the whole, and we lived in 2 different states, and we did the whole back and forth thing. Like, I flew there, he flew here, I flew there, he flew here. Like, we did that. And then the only reason it didn't work out, he just had some personal family things going on with him himself. Like, it's like we both were in like bad places with like our kids' other parent. Let's just put it like that. Okay, like, it was like a toxic, we trying to like bring something together, but we both had outside toxic situations going on with our other kid. It was putting kind of a strain on me, putting a strain on him. And I was just like, you know what, this is not the time. Like, even if it's like, this is what we really want, this is not the time.
Y'all trying to be the Brady Bunch, and these other 2 niggas ain't trying to have it, goddamn it.
Actually, no, he only had 1 kid. I only have 1 kid. So it wasn't like, and it's crazy because both our kids was the same age. Oh, so it wasn't like it was a big ass like bunch of kids, bunch of baby mamas, bunch of baby daddies. It's just that he was a full-time single dad. I'm a full-time single mom. So we were trying to like bring that together and do that. But it just, the situation, like he was like the caretaker of his family, like the oldest sibling, the caretaker of his entire family. So it was just kind of like a bad time.
Facts. Do you still talk to this young man till this day?
I was gonna say.
Yes and no. Yes, y'all so petty. Y'all petty. Y'all petty. Yes and no. I have like talked to him like here and there, but no, not really. Only because I've moved on in the dating world situation.
Gotcha.
That's all.
Shout out to Cuz for being a single dad. You don't see that too often, so shout out to him.
Yes, he's a full-time single dad. Like the pickups, the drop-offs, everything. It was crazy.
Damn.
Insane.
Shout out to him.
You a lie now.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Bro, I would be cheating, bro. You don't know me, bro. Dave, tell this nigga, bro. Dave like, hey, nigga, don't throw me in that one.
No, I mean, it's not that hard, though.
So I want to piggyback on what you said, right? I was thinking about this earlier. And I came to the conclusion that you got to have like 3 things in order to have a successful like long distance relationship or dating. Right? Okay. For one, the faith of a mustard seed, right? So you have to like have faith that this other person is being faithful and this person is who they say they are, right?
Right. Yeah.
The second thing was I wrote these down. Like you have to have a solid plan to like reconvene, because I tried to date in the long distance thing, and I also dated. So I was in a long distance relationship before, and I also dated long distance, but they both came into a halt because like it was no plan to like reconvene. Like I think you have to have a plan to like eventually this is what we're gonna do, right?
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's just gonna fizzle out, and that's what happened to both times with me.
Also, funny stuff. I remember how that feels.
Yeah.
I said that me and Dave used to be roommates. I remember how that spark went. That was not just a spark. That was like a flamethrower.
Facts.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Rashard and I were college roommates.
Right.
For like a year, 2, something like that. But yeah, so like initially it was a lot of I would describe it as like tug of war.
Yeah.
Like when she first moved, I felt like kind of not abandoned, but just like, damn, I didn't like at that time I couldn't uproot my entire life to go with her, right?
Right.
And then she was like trying and putting all the effort in. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. And then it's funny how the tables turned after she stopped giving effort. I'm like, all right, let's do this. So it was just constant back and forth until like, it kind of just fizzled out. We both moved on,
Now, Lena, have you ever been in a long distance relationship or date long distantly?
Yeah, I've been in two, like I would say. So my current relationship, we'll be together for going on 5 years. We started off long distance.
Oh wow.
And
That's what's up.
I know, like I was so happy, but it was like it wasn't even nothing we discussed. Like we didn't discuss like no type of boundaries. We didn't discuss like, oh, we got to do this. But we were linking up like every weekend. When we first started dating, it was the winter time, so it would be snowing. I was in Battle Creek at the time, and he was in Detroit, and it would be snowing real bad, so I couldn't get up there for like 3 weeks at one time. But we were only long distance for 7 months, and then he moved out this way. So, but yeah, it was just like, I feel like when you really truly supposed to be with somebody, you don't even need to speak no parameters. You don't have to speak on no boundaries. It's just, it's an unspoken thing. Like, it was just like, I rock with you. Like, we didn't even officially had a whole, oh, we together thing. It was like, after our first date, we was just like on from then. And then it was to the point where he was on the phone with his homeboys, like, yeah, I'm with my girl right now. And I'm like, girl. And then so I had finally asked him, like, am I your girlfriend? So he like, yeah, what do you mean? Like, and I was just like, well, we never said it, but I knew we both assumed, because like it was just like once we got together, it was a wrap. And it was like it was more convenient for me to go to the city because my studio was there and everything. So I was there pretty much every weekend anyway. Right. And we were doing that. And then we had a living situation. He moved out here, and and then the other one was in college. So that junk was a joke though. Like, I was being faithful. I thought like, I was doing things, at first when I started dating, oh boy, I was doing my college thing, and then things started to pick up with us, and we started getting a little bit serious, and he called me his girl and stuff like that. And then like he was in Ohio, so he would travel up here because he was taking classes at a school, and his pops lived up here, so he would come every couple of weeks. And then one day he just snapped on me. Like, I said something small and he made it like big. Like, it wasn't even nothing. Like, I believe I said something about, I had made a joke, or no, he was saying he had to take his brother somewhere. I was like, you always got to take him. And he was like, that's my brother. Like, what do you mean? It was, or something like that. And so he had broke up with me. And then I got on the internet and I find out, I just do some searching because I know this girl will always say something to him. But he was like, oh yeah, that's just the home girl. She be around the crew or whatever. Like, she was my homeboy or whatever. And I was like, all right, I trust him. Come to find out, that's his girl. They got a baby on the way, all types of stuff. I was like, I really got played. But that's why in this relationship, I had to ask like, am I your girl? Like, for real. But no, I feel like our relationship, this current one, like I said, we going on 5 years. So I feel like it's possible. But I do feel like you do get to a point, like, I feel like when he made the decision to move out here with me, it was like we were at the point where it's like, okay, this is getting repetitive. We really, really know that this is what we want. So we got to make that next step, because like it was to a point where it's like, I need your energy type of thing, more so than like, I don't trust you, so I'm gonna move out here. It was like, I need that energy. I need to feel that closeness with you. Right. So let's take it to the next level type of thing. So, yeah.
Facts. Now I will say, long distance relationships will make that interpersonal relationship stronger. You know what I'm saying? That
it does.
I know what you like. I know your song, movies, what you like to eat, just the conversation piece, and the quote unquote what love is really supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I will say a long distance relationship will make that stronger. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying it makes the intimacy better too, because it's just like when y'all go a whole week without seeing each other, or a whole 2 weeks, however long it is, and when y'all finally see each other, it just be like all rainbows and butterflies.
Yep, right. It's crazy.
You value the time with that person, and then when you leave, it's like your heart just be feeling like some type of way, like physically, like you be like having withdrawals or something. So it does make, like, I do believe distance makes the heart grow fonder, because sometimes like I love that we together now, we live together, whatever, but I do sometimes wish we could go back to that, because it was so fresh and so new and so fun, and it was just like it was an incredible experience. Like, it's just, you guys gotta do with somebody that you just really truly supposed to be with, because if you got doubts and you gotta be like, oh, who you with, who you texting, like, that's like,
Right.
You shouldn't be doing it then if you're doing all that.
Right.
See?
I agree.
Yeah.
And like even in long distance, like relationship and dating, the person I was in a relationship with, we weren't like, it wasn't like, well, what you doing? Well, where you at? It was literally nothing like that. It was just like flawless. Like we talked literally every fucking day. Every fucking day we talked.
Right.
Every day. And we communicated every day. And like we checking on each other. Shit, I'm checking on your kid, you checking on my kid. Like it got to the point where like I gotta call your kid's school to find out why the hell the school on lockdown because you at work. Like it was like that type of stuff. It's just like life happens, and you know sometimes you can't stop life from happening with other people, and that's that. And it's like it doesn't take all the pressure of trying to check in and check up on somebody and see what they doing and where they at and blah blah blah. It's like it literally takes trusting somebody like wholeheartedly, like trusting them and them trusting you. And then it also takes patience, and it takes a lot of just patience and time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna come together when y'all are supposed to. That's that. But y'all also do have to make a plan to do it. But it's going to naturally come along when it's supposed to at the end of the day. Because I know people that have been in long distance relationships like 3, 4, 5 years. Like they did it for like 4 or 5 years of just backing and forth. Like it's a couple of couples that I follow on like YouTube. They did that shit for 5 years. Like he was in LA, she was in like Germany or something.
Wow.
And they did that shit for like 3, 4 years. Like it was crazy. And they ended up together like in Germany, but they did it though with no issue. It really just takes communication and just actually making plans to see each other. You have to make a plan to go see that other person.
Definitely.
And they have to be willing to come see you.
Facts.
So I was saying, it sounds like it comes down to preference and personality. Because me personally, I need to know like what's the end goal. Because I don't want to. I'm really intentional with my time. So if I know like eventually we gonna get together. I don't care if it's 3, 4 years, whatever the case may be. But I need to know we got a plan in place. That's just my personality though. And some people can do it without having a plan. Just kind of go with the. I'm a to-do list type of guy. I'm pretty meticulous about certain things, and so I need like, all right, if you said we're gonna get together in next year, or we're gonna move together in this space, whatever the case may be, then I'm cool with that. But I can't just go out on a limb and hope off hopes and dreams. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally.
Facts. Now, what about you, Rashida? You ever been in a long distance relationship? I done been on a run with Rashida though. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I had a little long distance team. I was a kid though. It was literally like right after we graduated high school. Like when I moved down here for Atlanta, I moved down here to Atlanta for school. Like I ain't have no business. I ain't have no business. Like we was kids, and this shit was just way too serious, way too fast. But I mean, that's really the only long distance thing that I've had, other than like I met somebody and I met her while she was visiting Atlanta or whatever, because everybody knows somebody in Atlanta.
Right.
And she was visiting at the time, but then she ended up moving here like 3, 4 months later. So we was on long distance for like a hot second. But yeah, I'm like you, Ernest. Like I don't do well with the long distance thing.
Facts.
That ain't for me. That ain't for me. So I mean, I know my limits. So I just if you don't live here, I keep it moving. Like I'm not even gonna play with you like that.
Man.
Like, that is not for me. Cause I mean, shit, living in Atlanta, if you live more than 30 minutes away, that's long distance.
Facts.
Like for real, for real.
Because it could be a 3-hour drive to get to your shit. Goddamn it.
That's what I'm saying. Like once you factor in traffic or you factor in work schedules, that's long distance. I still might only see you once a week, like Elena was saying. Like I still might see you only once every 2 weeks, just because our work schedules and just because of traffic.
Facts.
So I mean, yeah, that's not really. It's not really for me. So I
take it you not long distance dating right now. I take that.
Nah, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I ain't with that. I'm needy. I'm needy. I need
Same, me too. I'm needy.
I need you to be there when I need you. Like,
and I'm insecure. Shit, I don't give a fuck.
Man, look. Hey,
shit.
Speak your truth, Ernest.
Shit, I'm insecure.
Man.
God damn it. And I'm needy. I need you to be with
Where's
me.
Gigi? I need her to hop on because you.
Fucking good look.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Rashard, where are these girls at, bro? You ain't never meet a girl online and she lived in Baton Rouge and she wanted to come kick it with you and you just was like, okay, baby, we can make it work. That ain't you.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't do it. Like it's just not for me. And all right, so it would really depend on the type of girl. Like that girl would have to be more very thorough and knowing like she's not easily entertained by other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been that guy.
Facts. Her boyfriend live in Atlanta where Rashida shit, nigga. She up here in Michigan getting dick down. Shit.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Like, cause that, and like we about to go back to some bad times. All right, so see, during those times, this is when I had like no conscience towards situations like that. I just didn't care.
Right.
Like, I remember a girl being on the phone with her boyfriend who lived about like 4 hours away.
Damn. Shit.
During.
Damn. And he was all, I love you, baby.
During certain times.
Right.
And then when she wanted to respond, she responded. Bro, after that, I was scarred. I was just like, yeah,
Facts.
mugs getting off like that.
Yeah. I've been in that situation.
Because I was single. I'm good. I ain't doing nothing. I'm in college. I'm just out here. She didn't want in a relationship. So after that, I was like, dang, that can happen to me.
Facts. That make you think, right? Hell yeah. Nigga, I'm laying in bed, her baby daddy blowing her shit up. I know you better not be with that fat nigga. You better not be with that fat nigga. Nigga, I tell you, that's the funniest shit ever, nigga.
I swear to God, that is.
This nigga disrespecting me to his girl when she with me, goddammit. And you can't say nothing? Like, damn, you gonna never talk about me like that? You know what I'm saying?
Situations kind of, but that doesn't make it indicative of every other woman or how every other situation will play out.
Right.
It's just that just kind of set the tone for what could happen. So because of that, I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm straight. I just, if I can't pull up on you real quick, nah.
Yeah.
And it's not even that I need to like keep track of you. It's just that I need to, when I want to be with you or have you around, it's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, even going to the movies or something like that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Just randomly. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to dinner. Let me bring you something to work. You know what I'm saying? Let me pick you up.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hardest part behind it, though. It's like you missing the physical part.
Facts.
And it's like, but if you, I will say this, like for me personally, I'm just strong-minded. It's like even, okay, I get DMs from men all the time.
I bet you do.
I'm not, shut up. Shut up. So it's like, I'm not easily entertained by just, oh, what's up? First of all, blocked. One, especially like when you approach me all disrespectful.
Yes.
And then secondly, it's just like, I'm just not easily entertained by that. That's something that's easy for somebody that's in a relationship to be not easily entertained. Well, I can't say people in relationships are not easily entertained, but most people that actually really love that person, that's really committed to that person, you're not easily entertained by some old extra that's coming to your inbox. And that's just being real. And if this is a person, if you're dating somebody you really like, you're not easily entertained by whoever is just showing up to your DMs.
The only
that's just real.
I give to that is that I noticed that right now the biggest disease is attention. And if somebody can get the right amount of attention from somebody in the immediate space, from the right person, he can go down. He ain't gotta. All it gotta be is that right person, right time. Even though you that right person didn't have a relationship with them, that person could have been that right person over there at Y Bar that, that got them that nice little drink because they done had a little hard day at work. And they sitting up there complimenting them and everything, and y'all done got into a little argument or whatever, and you ain't there to be able to PT this situation. So now you about the 4-5 hours away. This guy that sat up and got her a nice little drink. He talked good to her, complimenting her. And he drives a nice car, got a nice little crib on too. She's thinking that shit.
Hell yeah.
Where I'm from.
I done told her she beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get dinner after this. All that shit.
I agree with Jasmine though. Like if you like somebody and that's your person and that's what you want to be doing, then it's not gonna matter.
And it's not even hard. That's
it's
not hard.
It's not hard, and it's not really gonna matter what somebody else got going on. But at the same time, it might be one of them days. Like it might be one of them days, one of them weekends. Like y'all done fake got into it, or you just had a messed up day at work and whoever you dealing with, like they busy or whatever, and you like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna go get a drink after work, and
see, it's just, that's all true. And that's all true.
Like it go both ways. Like I definitely see what Jasmine's saying.
Yeah, but, that's definitely true because I see what you're saying. But a person also just has to be strong in what they want. Like you have to be really grounded to even handle that type of situation. Right. Like if you're not grounded. And if you're not like mature to handle a long distance relationship, you're not going to be able to do it. Even just long distance dating. If you can't be mature and stand your ground with the shit, like not entertain or whatever, especially if y'all are exclusively dating, then you can't handle it. Because then it's the thing. Because whether you're away from them or not, whether y'all are apart or not or in person, you're gonna always have somebody trying to hop in your DMs.
That's a good point.
The dude trying to holler at your girl at the grocery store.
Yep.
That's gonna always happen.
Facts.
So long distance really don't matter. It's about you and like how you are and what you gonna stand your ground with. Period.
Because you can live with somebody. You can live with somebody. Go home to them every day.
Right. You can be having a bad day and go to the grocery store and then at the grocery store be trying to holler.
You trying to just get some gas after work.
Exactly. Right.
Hey, what they say in Atlanta, hey, Miss Lady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It could be something as simple as that. And you just like, damn, I done gave this nigga my number. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I done had a messed up day at work. I really couldn't talk to dude all day. Woo. And now you got this man breathing down your neck. That you met at the gas station,
right?
Off of one moment. So I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying. Like you got to be grounded. Period. Like it don't matter if it's long distance or if y'all live together or not. Like
right, you got to be grounded and you got to be for sure about like, look, I ain't about to fuck up what I got going on, and that's just 100. Period.
It's gonna be temptation regardless.
Man, this nigga holding up this Bel Air and Patron bottle got me laughing hard. This nigga funny. Oh man!
Look, I had wine last time. I got margarita up in here this time.
No, I got the wine. I'm not gonna have me off no liquor. No.
Hey, this combination right here done a lot. I'm telling you.
Man, please. I've been had to tell Ernest to edit my whole part out. Edit me out the whole thing, bro.
From start to finish.
Right, edit me out the whole clip.
Oh man. I don't know. Okay, I'm about to say some sexist shit. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, go ahead.
They can be mad at me if they want. They can be mad at me if they want. But I feel like for women, especially if you're beautiful, you've been having niggas come at you your whole life. Your whole life. Like since you became a young woman, it started out, some normal shit, some little kid shit. Then you got to be 15, 16. You got breasts and ass now, and you're doing your hair different. Then you get to be 20, 21. Now you're doing your eyebrows and you're getting weaves and stuff. Like, you just used to niggas coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a normal part of life. You know what I'm saying? As a man, it's not like women don't come after us. I'm not saying that. But you go days or no woman just writes in your DM. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't. That's not a normal everyday thing. Like somebody come in your DM like, "Hey, can we hang out? Can we do this? Can we do that?" Or every week. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. It happens. Don't get me wrong. Even me being married, like people hop in my DMs all the time. But you know what I'm saying? It's not so much to where I'm used to it though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but Ernest, just for clarification, what point are you trying to make right now?
It's easier for her to be
I'm not being funny, Jasmine. Don't laugh. I'm being
No, I'm not.
I'm not being funny. I'm
only laughing because I was thinking that too. Like, all right, Sans, what's up?
I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. What you saying is facts, but like, just for clarification purposes.
For clarification, I'm saying,
what point are you trying to make?
It's easier because she's saying like it's easy to be in that long distance role and just shoot down all this extra attention. I'm saying for women, it may be like that because you are used to getting that extra attention on a regular basis.
The amount of extra attention you get when you a man in a relationship, that stuff is crazy.
That's true too. Like a man, once you get into a relationship, now, yeah, where was you at 10 months ago? Shit, nigga.
I feel like it go both ways though. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I feel like women get like an unreasonable, unwanted amount of attention regardless. Facts. But when you a man in a relationship, they be on you. It's like if they don't even. Some women don't. They not even gonna approach you if you don't have a wedding ring on, or if you don't let you with somebody. So I mean, it go both ways.
It's like they can smell it on y'all or something. That shit crazy.
They know
that's crazy
too, though.
They know I'm a good nigga. Hell yeah, they be like.
It's like they can smell it on y'all or something. That y'all got a girlfriend or that y'all got a wife. That shit is crazy to me.
They be like, he paying bills.
You got different type of swag to you.
They be like, yeah, he paying bills. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he got a good job.
What was you about to say, Elena?
What was I about to say? I was just gonna say no, because for me, like, you know, my boyfriend, he's an artist too. So like one thing that I kind of used to be like, but like worried about is like, okay, what about would he hang out with these dudes in the studio? Like when he be in the studio, he just strictly business. But when he go with his friends, I don't know, you know, they might have people over there or something like that.
They do.
But I always trusted him. But I noticed that like females will try it, but dudes, since I do agree that dudes not used to females coming at them. So I don't know if y'all just be acting or playing, but y'all try to act like y'all so oblivious when a girl blatantly be trying to throw their little shot. Like we as females, we can point that out. Like she was being too flirtatious. Nah, she was doing too much. Like, and dudes like, what? She was just, you know, being nice. And it's like, nah. Because if it was the other way around, like, and dude coming at me like that, it would be like extra. So I think that what you were saying was right. Like dudes, y'all don't have more females, so y'all more what's the word? Y'all more willing to entertain somebody when the opportunity does present. Not saying that you would cheat, but you would entertain the oh, she was just being nice. You may not get the girl number or nothing, but you gonna let her flirt. You gonna let her, you know, do her thing.
It may not
but
even be
us
knowingly.
females. But I feel like us females, we be like, nah, we straight. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dudes gonna keep hounding regardless. But like, cause like you be like, oh, I got a boyfriend. You can't have friends. No, I can't. Have dang, he got it like that. Yes. Keep it moving. Dudes be like, oh, she's being nice. She just wanted to come and give me an extra donut, or I don't know. I'm just making
you goddamn right.
But
hell yeah, I ain't turning it down either.
Man, I don't
like, cause I done been in situations where it be like we at a show or something, and a female try to be a little extra friendly, and I'm like, no, she wasn't just into the music. And I had to dismiss them myself. Like, thank you, fan hour is over. Right.
Oh, man.
SoundCloud is at closed. Good night. Period.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna say it from this perspective. I'm a woman. I don't date men.
Right.
And I mean, it still happens to me. Like, I was dead ass, like on the phone with my girl. I'm just stopping at cookout trying to.
You understand though?
You said what?
What'd you say?
And that she ain't no man, but she definitely understands. She understands the dichotomy and stuff. She understands.
Right. I'm saying though, like, And it's like I'm all of that to say, it happens to me, and I don't be thinking it's shit.
Right.
But my girl might be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I'd be like, "Damn, like, what the fuck?" Like I was in the drive-through. I'm on the phone with her, and I'm like, "Yo, can I get some whatever type of sauce?" And she like, "Can I get your number?" And I'm like, you know what?
Wait, girls be hollering at you or dudes be hollering at you?
No, I'm talking about this was a woman.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? I just laughed it off.
Right.
I'm like, you crazy, yo, let me get that sauce.
Facts.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Just pull it off. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, my girl, she chill, she be chilling, but you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing, but it could have been something.
Right, it could have been.
You can't go to that McDonald's no more. That's what I'm doing.
Pick a different location.
The next time we go, I'm in the passenger seat.
Pick a different location. Don't be going there no more.
That's funny.
I'm just like, man, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I see it from both perspectives because I'm the type of person like Ernest, like, you know me, like, don't nothing move me. Like
right.
I brush everything up.
Facts.
So I just be like, oh, whatever, like, you crazy. And just keep it moving.
But if you wanted to, you can make the play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could QB it up.
But it's like sometimes like the person I'm with might be like, nah, hell no, like she about to get checked.
Facts.
Like nope.
Yep.
she about to get checked.
No,
when guys do it, it's more like predatory / they're trying to dominate / accomplish on another man type of situation, because it's like, all right, that's that man's girl, opposed to like a girl. Yeah, I can get they have like that catty phrase of like, you know, that catty phase of just, yeah, I want to go ahead and take her man and this I had your man or whatever the case may be. But I don't know, it just seems like it's more, it's not as serious, it's not as like detrimental or anything. Those ones more so like are cavalier about, so we really do just kind of brush it off. So yeah, I can understand that. That's messed up though. We ain't shit.
We not, bro. And I'm one of them. Shit, it's all right. It's all good though. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
I think y'all just nonchalant more with it. That's all. Like y'all just like, oh, okay. Well, like y'all laughing off more. Like, oh, okay, ha, no.
Yeah.
But like women, we the curves. We don't curve your ass. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. It ain't happening.
Yeah, dudes need to learn how to curve more because that junk is irritating. Like
seriously.
No,
you can say no, shut that junk down.
Shut it down. Like women, we naturally know how to curve. Like, look, bye.
No. Men cannot curve women because then it'd be some whole shit talking about, oh, you disrespecting women. You don't talk to women like that.
Don't care.
No,
it's not your thing.
You don't have to.
Don't care.
You don't have to get smart or mean or call out her name. Just be like, you know what, honey, that ain't it. Get gone about your business now. You ain't got to get disrespectful. Just like, you know what, I got a woman. You gonna have to exit left with that.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
You ain't got to get disrespectful.
We just got.
It don't work with me all the time. You know, it don't work with me all the time. Just like Elena said, you can have a dude be like, can I get your number? No, your dude let you have friends? No. No. It's the same thing. Like they gonna still try to persist at trying to get at you.
I hear you.
Regardless.
All right, moving to our next topic.
He like, yeah, all right, moving along.
Moving to our next topic. So it was this video that went viral on Instagram or the internet on what's that nigga? I forgot. The governor for Florida. I forgot his name.
Ron DeSantis.
No, the one that lost to President Bush. I forgot that nigga. I forgot his name.
Al Gore.
Al Gore on Al Gore's internet. There we go. Al Gore's internet. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there's this video that went viral. Some woman showed up to a wedding. This man's getting married. This woman showed up to the wedding like, you getting married to her? I'm pregnant. I got a baby on the way. And you getting married to her? You was just at my house, nigga. All this shit. So I thought this shit was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And so my question is to y'all is that, okay, you're waiting to get married, the officiant or whoever's doing your wedding asks, does anyone have any objections or forever hold your peace? And what would it take for you to speak up at someone's wedding? This nigga.
I'm looking like
What would it take for you to be like, I have an objection, Your Honor? I mean, your officiants.
Hold on, what the hell?
This nigga
You
tripping.
got the blinking just.
Right.
Object if you want to.
What would it take for y'all to speak up about it?
You object if you want to.
I think it depends on who it
That's
is.
gonna be your last objection.
So I personally think I feel like it depends on who it is, right? So, like if it's one of my line brothers, like you or DQ or somebody, I wouldn't have to object because I'm gonna let you know
Before we even got there, right?
Before we even get to that point, I'm gonna what's up, right? It would have to be something like I just got a message of her doing some porn and shit at the wedding. I'd be like, hey, whoa. It had to be some shit like that.
Right.
Like, something like instant. But like, I don't know if I'm messing up nobody's wedding. That's a tough one though, because it depends.
What if you the situation though? What if you are the one who is like losing their love in this situation? Like, would you say anything?
That's a different question. So you asking if I'm getting, you gonna have to explain it again for me.
No, you're not.
You on the crying side. You on the Keith Sweat side.
Yeah, you the woman that's like, we just had sex last night. I mean, you the man, but you get what I'm saying though to the scenario.
Yeah. Nah. I don't know.
You wouldn't say nothing. I feel like men, we can't say nothing. Like that's some whole ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let you do your thing, baby.
Nah, you see much smoke August seen the gut.
Right. Facts. Hell yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I mean, but we gotta talk about that too, because like, as my like I know she said she's a mental health therapist too, so we gotta make sure we ain't bashing him for being vulnerable, right?
Right.
That's huge. And so I like me personally, I'm gonna keep it cool, but I'm not gonna necessarily knock nobody if they really heard about some shit and they gonna come and say, I object, this is what it is.
Right.
So,
Facts.
That's just me personally.
Me, I ain't gonna say shit because if she's still gonna give me the draw, she's still gonna give me the draw. So I mean, it is what it is.
No,
that's just how men think, though. That's just a man thing. Like,
hey, you know what I'm saying? This is before I was married for everybody listening, because I know my wife's parents probably listening, my mama probably listening. You know what I'm saying? This is before I changed my life. Out there. You know, so that's where I changed my life.
I think you need to say that like on every show. Just being real.
Not on every show. It's like that one episode of Martin when he was talking real greasy on the radio.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
And Gina got pissed and she was like, how could you go and say that on the radio? He's like, it's just my job.
Right, you know what I'm saying? If
you better say that before every episode.
Every show, like literally.
Just my job, my ass.
Man, hey, if anybody got any objections, this is what.
You know the rule. Don't take none of this shit personal. It's just comedy.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal, goddammit.
Nah, I mean, it's like I'm just type of person. Whenever somebody asks me, "Oh, how would you feel?" my response is always the same. It's like Ice Cube on Higher Learning. I wouldn't feel shit because it wouldn't happen.
Right.
Period.
I mean that like for real, that'd be my response. Like, oh, Rashida, whenever a woman be like, oh, Rashida, how would you feel if I wouldn't feel shit? Well, why not? Because it wouldn't happen.
Right.
Because I wouldn't let that happen. Like, because I'm for what? Like, I would never let nobody play on my face like that.
Right.
I mean, that'd be my response. But like back to just what somebody else said, I don't know who said it exactly, but if I object to your relationship to that extent, way before we got to this wedding.
Facts.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care for your relationship, or I don't care for your spouse, or I got my objections and my reservations about it. And if you still decide to go forward and make the decision to, be with this person and make this commitment and get married,
I'm not gonna make that about me in no way, shape, or form by making that type of announcement during the ceremony.
Right, because you've already made your decision.
Because you already made your
Exactly.
point.
Right.
Like exactly. Like I didn't already let it be known that I don't care. I don't care for your relationship or what's taking place. The ceremony. We didn't have this conversation long before the ceremony. So at that point, it ain't no point in me even messing up the ceremony because you already know how I feel.
I'm not a messy person, so I would never go in no shit like, you know what I'm saying? Don't marry him, marry me, like Dwayne Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that's the scene that came to my mind.
Yeah,
I was waiting for somebody to say it.
Like Dwayne Wayne.
That's the scene that came to my mind was Dwayne Wade going up in that wedding for Whitley. Like, Whitley, I still love you. She like, shit, that's what I want. Okay, I'm gone. Like,
but like I said, I wouldn't necessarily knock him. I mean, you're going to get his girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't knock you if you did it though.
Right.
Because it could turn out just like that. She'd be like, you know what? I do want to be with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't know, y'all. It's a fine line between he going to get his girl and you had plenty of opportunities to let me know this.
Plenty.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you had plenty of opportunities to let me know that this is how you felt about me before we got to this ceremony. You know what I'm saying? But same time, I don't know. Like, you might just be one for the dramatics, and you just that might be what you was going for.
Facts.
But I don't know. Just at the ceremony though, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Definitely a lot.
That's a lot.
Now, Elena, if you would you ever erupt a wedding? Let's start off there. Because I know if a motherfucker erupt your wedding, you're going to be pissed. But would you ever disrupt a wedding?
Nah, because I feel like, one, that's not my place. Like, and I feel like, if I really was in love with somebody that was getting married, then that's something I need to reflect on within myself, because how much does this person really truly value if they about to marry somebody else? Like I feel like that would just be a moment for self-reflection, because for me, like, I would just be like, I'm a person that will like internalize some stuff, and then when I really get pissed about it, I'll speak on it. Like I've been in situations where people like choose over me or whatever like that. Right. And I just cut it off. I'd be like, all right, moving on. It's nothing I can do. I may be sad about it, but I don't ever see myself. First of all, why would I even be at the wedding? Like, that's the first part. And I'm definitely not popping up. I'm not about to hold myself and pop up like that. That's just not how I'm cut. Like I don't go places I'm not wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't just pop up at nobody's wedding, but I would just be like, nah, I wouldn't do that. But I was gonna say, like, some people don't take hints. Like, if somebody was to interrupt my wedding, like, I'm sure there's somebody out in the world that I know that probably like try to still think that I got feelings for them and I'm ignoring it because I'm in a relationship or something, and they think that, oh, she's still gonna always love me. And it's like, nigga, no, like, I done told you this. Yeah, I done told you this 1,000 times. Like, it's not gonna happen. So it could be a scenario where somebody just feel like you not being true to your feelings and being with them or something like that. And it's like, no. So you never know what angle somebody coming out at. But I said, me personally, I'm not cut like that. One, I wouldn't be at the wedding. Two, once I saw I get married, like I done been in a situation where I was rocking with somebody who was vibing, like it wasn't serious. And then like we was kicking it like 2 nights ago, and then two days later, I'm seeing the whole engagement post on Twitter. I'm like,
shit,
interesting.
Hey, that happened to me too.
That's insane.
So I'm just like, well, congratulations. And they stayed in my apartment building. This is back in the college days. So I'm like, congratulations. I seen them walking. Congratulations.
You hate
that. And they was looking all nervous, like, and they girl was walking with them too. I ain't say nothing. I was just like, congratulations. Kept pushing. Hey. Like, I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Shout out to all the women that's not messy when we on some bullshit.
Yeah. Because look, in so many words, Lena said, I don't know, because that shit wouldn't happen to me. Period.
It wouldn't be there.
I'm not exactly. I'm not even gonna know. Like, I'm not gonna be there.
Right.
Like, I remember I saw this shit on Twitter, and this woman was talking about how she saw that her boyfriend was engaged, and then she saw the announcement for his wedding on her Explore page on Instagram. She
I
was
seen
like,
that on
I was,
TikTok.
yeah, she was like, I was dating this man for 2-3 years, and I found out he was engaged. Just scrolling my explore page on Instagram, like what?
Somebody posted that tweet on TikTok.
Yep. She was like, this man was engaged, had a fiance, they already had a baby, and she was pregnant.
Shit.
I was like, man, no, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
That's
Ain't
terrible.
no fucking way.
I mean, as far as like stopping the wedding, like I said, like Rashida said, if it was a friend and it's like, you know, this guy is toxic, he done hit you, he done whatever, like whatever the case may be,
right?
I'd already had that conversation with you before y'all even went that far.
Facts.
You feel me?
Right.
And it's like, if you gonna still walk down that aisle and we done sat here and sorted out facts, we done sorted out your feelings, we done sorted out your emotions, we done talked about what this dude is, what he ain't, what he done did, what he gonna do. It's like, you still gonna walk down that aisle? That's on you. You making that choice at that point. I'm not even gonna be there because if I don't support it, I ain't gonna be there no way.
Right.
Exactly.
No, Shaw, you meet a nice young lady. You know what I'm saying? For all you know, she the one. You know what I'm saying? And then you on Instagram and you see her Explorer page. She get married to a nigga. You showing up at the wedding? Would you say something?
No.
No, you ain't gonna say nothing. You just gonna let it ride?
I'm gonna be honest. I've been in that situation twice already.
Wow.
Like the exact situation that
I'm
she
not
just
trying to laugh.
indicated.
This shit make niggas laugh. I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to laugh as she laughs.
But no, because it's like his story's like we ain't heard no good success from him yet. So I'm just like, damn.
Oh no, this wasn't somebody I was like trying to pursue or anything. It was just like, during the college days. This was like, just having your time and stuff. So was one of them, I want to say it was like my junior year. The person I was talking to, I want to say it was in October. We were talking all the way until the weekend of Thanksgiving. By the time that I want to say that Thanksgiving, she was engaged.
Shit.
That's crazy.
I was cracking up. I was like, hey, congratulations. But here's what's funny though, is that I want to say probably about like a year later or something, the dude ended up inboxing me talking about his feelings and all that stuff like that on some weirdo stuff. I never responded or anything. I was just like, bro, you on some weird stuff.
Right.
And the other one was what was the person that it was like 7 years ago. Old girl was about to graduate. And her dude, long distance relationship, her dude in North Carolina, in Charlotte. And she up here. And this is about 2 months before she about to graduate and stuff. Me and her started kicking it. We met at the library. First time us kicking it. Later on that night, smashed probably every other night from that point in time until her boyfriend got there. And then the day her boyfriend got there, I didn't go to the graduation ceremony just to keep it copacetic.
Right.
And the party that I knew that they were going to be at was going to be at the Q House and stuff, where I knew she was going to be at. I didn't even go specifically for that. And my homeboys and them went. Like a couple of my young boys, at least, like Bud and them, they had went. And I was like, man, it was like, bro, you might as well go. I'm like, nah. I knew the play. I knew what was going to happen. I knew as soon as she seen me and I walk in, her face going to tell it all.
Facts.
So I'm like, I'm not even finna put her in that situation and mess up her life or anything, because she even told her mom, and her mom was like, you should stop talking to him because he gonna try to ruin you. I'm like, I ain't even finna do that.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even that cut that way. But that's just a testament towards what I've and how my entanglements have transpired, and where I'll just be like, look, I don't gonna just trust anything just because it sounds good.
Facts. Yeah, I feel like as men, you can't do no sucker shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah.
Like Dave said earlier about August. Like, yes, I want you to be able to express your feelings and all that.
He's different.
shit. But I'm cut from a different cloth, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, my pops
But
would
he's
look at me
different,
like, motherfucker, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just raised different. You don't do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the fact is men typically don't care. Like I wouldn't. I mean, I keep it moving. Like Rashard just said. Like, and it wouldn't be no sweat off my back. I'd be whatever. It is what it is.
Facts.
I think most time men just don't really. We honestly, you being transparent, we kind of probably prefer to keep it low key.
Yeah.
Low
key. Yeah.
Call me
right.
when you up. You know what I'm saying? That's just how men are. I mean, not all men. I ain't gonna generalize all men, but I'm just saying most men that I know is like whatever. Like I ain't finna blow up the spot, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I could just imagine that type of damage I would have did if I'd have walked in and her face would have told like, man, I just smashed the day before.
Yeah. And that nigga would have looked
So
at her, looked at you like, what the fuck?
yeah,
man.
Y'all
He'd have never been comfortable ever again after that.
He wasn't comfortable. She even called me that night and told me like he was getting on her nerves. All type, like this is this stuff that I was just like, yeah.
She messy. Yeah, you should. Good thing you left her alone because she messy.
She married dude.
They still together?
Yeah, she pregnant now.
Oh well. Oh, bro, you really should go and get it now though, because that pregnant box.
Oh, so don't listen to Ernest.
That pregnant. That pregnant.
Please don't.
Don't listen to this man.
I've already tapped in.
Nigga, I ain't got no kids, nigga, but that pregnant boy.
I know. Look at the face. Look at the face.
I'm sick of it.
What
I'm
you
sick.
wait?
I'm so sick
When?
of it. I'm so sick of it.
Pause.
I'm sick of both of y'all.
Cut
I'm
the
sick
camera.
of both of y'all.
Pause. He just said
Exactly.
he tapped it. When?
Mute it.
All right,
Let's discuss.
All right, so look, here's what was crazy. So
You know what?
it was I want to say it was like when I was like 23, and it was this girl that I had been smashing since I want to say like 17.
It be them ones.
So she, huh?
I say it be them ones too. The ones,
bruh. So
oh my god,
she pregnant. I didn't even know she was pregnant. Like me and her was just meeting up that one time and stuff. We was just gonna smash and stuff, whatever. Bruh, she come with a belly. I'm like,
whoa.
I'm like, what? She like, yeah. I'm like, but who? Cause I mean, we ain't smashed in a while, so I was like, I know it couldn't have been me.
Right.
So she was just like, she said, woo woo, my boyfriend or whatever. I'm like, y'all still in a relationship? She was like, nah.
Okay. Look.
What more do you want from me?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that ain't my problem no more. Sorry.
Oh, wait.
It wasn't weird. Like, that's not weird to niggas. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I'm not a man, but I'm just like, if a chick came to me and she was pregnant trying to smash, I'd be like, girl, go get your life. Like, what you doing?
Exactly. Like, girl, fuck you.
Also, see, this is the time. Remember, I also
Get off my face.
I also preface this though. I said that this is during the time that I didn't give two shits.
Right.
Like this is during the time where I was like ruthless. Like,
hey, you were just out here, savage life.
No, just like
Savage
when
Life
I say
3.
player days, Euro step, like I was like, ask Dave, bro. Like, you think I'm really keeping it PG right now?
Last name wasn't Throw. It was Webby.
If that's PG.
I think he said he's keeping it PG.
Yeah, that when he said he was savage though.
I mean, we just enjoyed ourselves and had fun.
I mean, everybody's had their savage days, so I mean,
Fact.
I mean,
hey, look,
no judgment.
I've met warm women that actually want to do more savagery than men easily.
Facts.
I believe it.
So what you mean, like more women that want to deal with somebody that's involved, or more women that don't want nothing serious?
Do stuff like 2-for-1 specials and stuff like that.
What the hell?
Oh, you don't know what a 2-for-1 is, do you?
No, I sure don't. What's that?
Oh man.
I sure
Shoot.
don't.
All right, so let me go down the
What's that?
list.
What's that? A threesome? Well, I'm confused.
Yeah.
What's a 2 for
Yep.
1?
Yep.
Oh,
That's the reason.
okay.
So I know a lot of them that want to do that. A whole lot. That's been a main
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, I feel like I do feel like the older you get, the more crazy that like the more shit. It's just like the older you get, you feel like oh, women or men not gonna be going for that. The more they going for it.
Yeah, the more they going for it.
Yeah,
Facts.
it's like it's like the older you get, you be like, yeah, nah, he ain't gonna be trying to hear that, or nah, he ain't gonna be trying to hear that.
You'll be surprised.
Look, let me tell you, yeah, they be trying to hear that.
Yeah,
They be trying to hear that.
They be trying to hear that.
We get freakier as we get older. I feel like.
They be trying to hear that.
What's the comedian? Some comedian. He said, "Nigga, if you're 25, you got about 30 summers left." And I was like, "Damn." You said, "Nigga, you better start using them bitches." I was like, "Shit, that's real as fuck."
Real shit.
You only got about 30, 40 summers left. That's it. That's all you got.
Hold on. What do you mean by that? You gonna die?
You gonna die? You still like
Why you make me sip my water?
Not gonna die. Not gonna die.
What do you mean? Oh my god, that shit was hilarious, yo! The look of concern on your face.
This nigga like shit, nigga. I'm 29. What the fuck?
I'm like, don't be saying that. Don't be just be projecting.
Hey, then he grabbed the hood and put it together like he was really concerned.
Hell yeah, he clutched his
Like
pearls
that
and
just
shit.
was.
Clutched his pearls, right?
Oh shit.
I'm
He's
sick
saying
of it.
like,
I'm sick of it.
you know what I'm saying? Most people die around, 70, 80 years old, bro. So you only got
Man, I already made a deal with Jesus that I'm living at 88.
Hey, more power
That's
to
your
you.
number, huh?
More power
Yep.
to you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Number 22, living at 88.
I will say, like, in my dating experiences, like the older women, like they be the ones that like they want all the smoke.
Go win.
Like I tell them flat out, like, look, I'm not looking for nothing. This is what I do. I just want to fucking have fun. And they be like, oh, okay, bet, me too. And I be like, excuse me.
That's exactly what they want. You know
I
what I'm
be like, excuse me. Like, first of all, you rude.
Because you can't support their
You be like,
lifestyle.
look, you probably be like, entangle me.
I'll be like, excuse me.
That's
like,
crazy.
how dare you? You just want to use me for a good time and to have sex? Excuse you.
Facts.
But I mean, I'm telling, like, the older I get, they be coming with it. Like, even women my age, like, they be coming with it. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm not looking for nothing serious. They be like, me either.
Right.
Like, excuse me, I'm a catch.
Right.
Right.
Now you mad.
Like, right, like,
Now you offended.
What you mean? You don't want to be in a situationship with me? But so I mean, yeah. The older I get, the more complicated it gets, for sure.
Facts.
Lifestyles is a men's and women's clothing store that carries exclusive quality labels. Their mission is to bridge the gap between mainstream fashions and luxury brands. They're the go-to place for the latest fashions and trends. You can shop with them online at lifestylesapparel.com. That's LIFESTYLEZ apparel.com. And follow them online at Lifestyles Apparel on all social media outlets. While you're at it, visit them at their brand new Memphis location.
Like madness, let's go crazy.
Back to the podcast. Moving into our next segment, the consciously copacetic segment. So this week, the Democratic Party, Biden, he chose his running mate. He chose Miss Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? black woman, aka shout out to her, Divine Nine. But the only issue is that is like in the black community, for whatever reason, she has like, I don't know, a 50-50 approval rating. It's some people that like her and it's some people that don't like her. Why is that? Why is everything in our community either like, we're never all on board with one thing? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Only thing I can think of we was on board with was Obama. You know what I'm saying? And the niggas that wasn't on board with Obama, they wasn't loud enough to retract from everybody else being on board with Obama. But like, what's wrong with having a black woman? What's wrong with just having a black woman get Trump out? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that whole scenario? What do y'all think it is?
I mean, I feel it's the strategic move because you got to think about it. Like, I mean, she got a 50-50 with the black community, so which means that she has a 50 chance of bringing those voters out, like how they did for Obama. Because it was so many people that didn't vote in the Trump and Hillary situation because nobody liked Hillary, nobody liked Trump. Right. So people decided like, oh, well, I ain't gonna vote at all.
Facts.
And like now that you have a black woman who's also Greek affiliated at that, now you're going to bring about voters who just literally chose to not even vote last time.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah. So, and it's like at the same time, you got the other 50% that's kind of like they not with it just because they looking at her past resume of things that she's done, her work as a prosecutor. And at the end of the day, you got to understand, like, she's still human. She still had a past life. She still had a past career before she decided to go full on into politics.
Facts.
Like, at the end of the day.
You know, I was pondering on this, and I was just thinking to myself, like, two things can be true, right? So, for one, I'm excited as a woman of color that's in that office. I mean, it's gonna, you know, that's potentially could be in the office, right?
Right.
But I'm also, like you said, I'm kind of just I would say leery because I'm all about criminal justice reform, and her past as a prosecutor is kind of, you know, her track record ain't good, just to kind of say the least. So I think that's where a lot of people on the fence at. I think that's where the 50-50 come from.
Right.
Based on what I just said, I think a lot of people feel the same way. You know, and I think a lot of it's for optics. You know, if this kind of off topic, but like if we put optics to the side, my vote would have been Elizabeth Warren just because of how she, you know, some of the things that she wanted to do.
Her policies,
her agenda was more fit for like what my personal interest.
Facts. I would agree with that. Actually, she had a black agenda.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's huge for me. That's what I'm waiting for these people to say.
Yeah.
You know, like what's your black agenda? You know.
But you know, I think that one thing about the black community, though, I feel like sometimes we're not as informed about the actual like politics and the policies and what they actually mean for the community.
Right.
And I recently saw a clip of her where someone was asking her about things specifically for the black community, and her response was more along the lines of benefiting everyone. And they were like, so you don't have anything specifically for the black community? And she was like, what people need to realize is that something that is benefiting all will more essentially benefit the black community. Like if I'm doing, for instance, something about and I'm just summarizing, you know, I'm not saying verbatim what she said, but if it was about improving lower socioeconomic neighborhoods, that would directly affect African-American people. Now, the bill might not say for African-American people, but the policy in the making of it is what will benefit Black people. So I think that sometimes a lot of, and this is not me trying to be funny or nothing, but I feel like a lot of people just see something on the internet and they take it and they run with it without even doing the research for themselves.
Oh, they definitely
So I
do.
feel like there's there's a lot of misinformation out there. So if you just see a tweet and somebody say, "Oh, I don't like oh girl," then just like, okay, well, I don't like her either because she put people in jail for selling weed, you know? And it's just like, you take that one fact and you run with it, but you don't understand everything, kind of like what you were saying. And I think that when it comes to Black people being in office, you got to understand that the government is something that is not like the president and his party, the vice president, they don't even make all the decisions because, the legislative branch can overturn president's law or veto and things of that nature. So, more of the decisions are made by a wider, variety of people than just the people that are being appointed to office. So I think that sometimes in the Black community, we'd be like, oh, somebody Black gonna get in here. Like one thing that I didn't like about Obama's presidency was how people was like, oh, well, he ain't doing nothing for the Black community. We still got poor people. We still got this. And it's like, you expected a man to fix 400 years of systemic racism and unequal opportunity in 8 years. Like, that's not practical. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, like, even though they're the president and vice president, it's still people above them that's making the decision. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not, we only get a fraction of what's really happening in the government. You think the real stuff that's going on, we are completely oblivious to. You know what I'm saying? So everything is a media play. Everything is about, getting these votes. And, I think some people too feel some type of way about bringing her on because how Joe Biden had did that interview with the Breakfast Club. He was like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't Black, And so people feel like, okay, you feel entitled to our vote too. And then so to clean it up, now we're going to bring Black women on board. So I've seen that argument too, but I feel like at the end of the day, the work that needs to be done in the Black community needs to be done by the people in the community. And those systemic changes happen when we are in position to do it, but it needs to be more of us in those positions. But I think that having someone there is a start, regardless of what their views are and everything. There's still a Black woman, or a Black man that is going to be a voice and have a voice heard. Even if it doesn't go through and the policies are made, the voices are getting heard, and there's still going to be things that she can do to help the community, but it takes time. And, I think that we just need to realize, like, in order for us to really progress as a culture, there's a whole system we have to tackle, and not one person can do that. So that's all I have to say.
Right. And then people keep actually failing to realize that Obama really tried to have a Black agenda. But like you just said, he can't do that if he's not the person making the laws, or like if he's not the person even like approving them or whatever. Like seriously, if he's not the person in the Congress, like the congressmen do that. He don't have no control over that. And that's what people didn't understand then. So y'all trying to get this man to fix stuff. He trying to. They won't let him. Like there's a difference. Yeah. So it's just like now it's like, and like you said, with Black people, well, with Biden, he trying to automatically think that because he served with Obama, that Black people just finna be all for you.
Which ain't the case.
And it's like, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Like, it don't work like that, but you got to prove to the Black people that you have a Black agenda, period, at the end of the day.
The question, too, why are politicians so, anybody that's running for the presidency, why are they so afraid to say I have a Black agenda? Like, only that I can remember that's mentioned it was Bernie Sanders. Like, Elena, I know you mentioned earlier that she said, even though essentially what you said is even though she hasn't said it specifically, it's still going to benefit Black people. Well, so why not just say this is going to benefit Black people? What's so scared? What's so taboo about it? Why people just can't say it specifically?
Because we're the minority.
Exactly.
You can't win an election with having all the Black people vote for you. It's just not. It's not possible. We're not a majority in this country.
Right.
I think,
go ahead.
Hold on. Go ahead, Rashida. Go ahead, Rashida.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think there's a very, very fine line in between appealing to Black people and making Black people feel like they should vote for you, and still appealing to the masses, because we're not the masses.
Right.
So it's just like it's just a very, very thin line. It's just like you got to make Black people comfortable enough to be confident enough to vote for you, but at the same time, you can't let anybody else or the majority of other people feel like, oh, well, his interest is solely with Black people. So no, I'm not voting for him because his interests don't like, that's not gonna benefit me.
Right.
So it's a very, very thin line, and you got to tread that line. So it's just like you can't do too much, you can't do too little, you got to do just enough. And that's just what it is.
And I think that's why she made it more so like where she's trying to be more inclusive, and not really more so like saying it out loud that it's like for the Black agenda. She's trying to more so like make it more inclusive. So that way it's not just a focus on we just trying to get the Black vote. We got to get more than just the Black vote to win. Period.
Right. And then just to kind of go off of what Dave was saying, basically, like I was just having a conversation with somebody at work, and they were saying, I'm so shocked how the CEO of this company is a Black man, but they haven't said nothing about Black Lives Matter. They haven't made any statement at all about any of this going on. And then we were thinking about it. Okay, you're the CEO, but you still up under somebody, and that person that's funding you is clearly, on the opposite end of that spectrum, and sends, subliminal messages about their views and everything through, the way they communicate with the staff and everything like that. So a lot of times people in those positions of power be feeling like, okay, if I speak directly to this, kind of like Rashida was said, then the other people involved won't be able to relate, or that might skew them away, especially since Black people, we make up 13% of the country.
Right.
Somewhere in there. Yeah. So, even the people that stand in with, Black Lives Matter movement or with Black people and want to help us uplift them, they still need to, it's kind of like we are still breaking down the system. We still kind of getting people accustomed. We still got people alive that lived through the civil rights movement. We still got people working in industries and that raised kids that, went through that, whether they were for civil rights or against it. Those people still exist. So I feel like making everything inclusive for the greater good is something that has to be
done,
promoted.
Yeah, I agree.
And then it's like
I agree and disagree with.
I was going to say
the one wave rise all tides. That's what they've been telling us for the longest time, and we're still at the bottom of the economic threshold. So I don't believe that helping the top will trickle down and help the bottom. I don't believe that.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I think it has to be disguised as we're going to help everybody in a way.
Right.
But it needs to be specifically for our community in a way. You know what I'm saying? It may the language may need to be coded, you know what I'm saying? But it needs to be something specifically done for our community. So I don't believe that you help the top and it'll trickle down to the bottom. One tide will rise all boats. I don't believe that. That's a lie.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I think with Miss Harris, it's just like it's a double-edged sword. It's like, yes, like representation is absolutely important. Like she went to an HBCU. She's you know what I'm saying, a part of an organization that's a part of the Divine Nine.
Right.
That's important. That's important because I mean you got kids that just feel like they can't do certain things because they just like ain't nobody that ever looked like me or identify with me done anything like that. So yes, absolutely, representation is important. But at the same time, I can understand why Black people, they kind of iffy with her. They kind of like 50-50 because it's just like historically, like based on her career, like somebody said earlier, I can't remember who said it, but her policies have not aligned with the best interests of Black people in mind.
Right.
And it's like we can't ignore that. We can't ignore that. But at the same time, it's just like you also got to take into consideration, like maybe she has not always been in a position to, you know what I'm saying, take a stance on things that align with her views and her values. I done had jobs myself, and we didn't have policies and procedures that didn't align with what my values and my views was. But I was a part of that agency.
Right.
So it didn't really matter what, you know what I'm saying, what my perspective was as an individual. And I'm not trying to make excuses for her, but I mean, early in her political career, or just, I mean, even now in her political career, maybe she wasn't always in a position to make them type of decisions to where she could make a difference or make a more positive impact on the Black community. And I don't want to feel like I'm making excuses for her, but at the same time, it's just like I mean, shit, anything is
No,
better than
I
what we
mean,
got going on right now.
exactly. And you making a good point, because at the end of the day, for
Like
her, even as a
anything.
prosecutor, she still had a boss. She still had a boss, even as a
Yeah,
prosecutor.
exactly,
She still had
exactly,
stuff that she was told. No, like you think about it, like when you watch like Law and
exactly,
Order. When Law and Order, the
exactly.
district attorney still got a boss that's like, no, you need to run this case
Right,
this way.
Yeah.
Period.
right,
You know what I'm
just TV,
saying?
and that's just TV. So just imagine how
Imagine.
savage the shit is for a black woman in that field, trying to do
Exactly.
her own thing, trying to make her
Facts.
own way. So it's just like you know what I'm saying. Like I only know about this woman what I've read
Right.
and what I've researched. And I mean, like I said, her policies have not always aligned with the best interests of the black community in mind. But I also try to keep in mind that maybe shit, it wasn't always set up for her to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
hey, she better than me because I couldn't be a black woman and be in her position right now. Because, but yeah, but just to in conclusion, all I'm saying is just like the amount of criticism and just slander and everything that she about to get, like just being like the VP running mate, like
Oh,
I'm cool.
Yeah,
would
yeah.
not. I would not want to be on the receiving end of that.
I want to tell
So
y'all some
it's
stuff
like
they're saying too.
everything that she's ever done is about to be under a microscope,
Facts.
and it's just like as an HBCU graduate and as a black woman, as a member of, you know what I'm saying, being an HBCU graduate, it's just like I feel like we got more in common than we have not in common. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go ahead and support her, but
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write my point down so you can get to Rashard.
Yeah, because he ain't spoke on it yet. I want you to, if you have thoughts, do you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, of course.
I was gonna say, I know you got thoughts.
Yeah, you know, I'm just be chilling. But here's my thought towards a lot of situations is that our community doesn't seem to have much. Well, like this time around, we seem to have come up with a strategy of how we wanted to see change come about within the community as far as like more access to loans, better funding for HBCUs, changing how they actually deal with public school funding and things of that nature. So trying to actually go for what will actually change our socioeconomic standing is probably the biggest difference I would say will be from now compared to what I've seen from the Obama years.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people from our community are just not strategically sound politically. They have a very, very, very short like thought process and very short just viewpoint on situations. There's no long term, no longevity, no long benefit in their thinking. It's always short term. It's always like, what did they do now? Well, I don't agree. Like, if you keep this individual that's in office at the current moment right now, with everything that's going on, why would you think that would benefit you more opposed to somebody that you may be able to hold accountable and be able to actually bring about change to your community? I have certain qualms with people that do that have like such a adverse stance towards Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris. I want to make sure that I'm enunciating her name right. I hate messing people's names up, but just for the simple fact that she is a black woman and she is coming to that position of power, like shut the fuck up and just like get your whole ass down there and fucking vote. Like, I ain't got time to be sitting up here going through this extra rigmaroles and the soliloquies between these extra sensitive, emotional ass niggas that want to sit up here, sell drugs, live their little doughboy dreams during the 90s, got busted, didn't like the time periods that they got. I understand it was exasperated. I understand it was unnecessary. I understand that they definitely demonized a lot of young dudes during that point in time. and she could have made some differences because she was holding the second biggest criminal justice like bureau in the country. But regardless of all that extra stuff, you cannot take away from what this lady has accomplished. You cannot take away from the fact that this lady will put more people in a different frame of mind as far as how many young black women that she will inspire to actually exceed for higher goals. How many young black men that will actually think like, oh shit, I done seen Barack Obama, I done seen Kamala Harris. Like, do people not think about the actual longevity of these kids going from, all right, I'm 10 years old, my first president that I really came into actual cognitive thought process with was Barack Obama. And then after that, I came into a next cognitive thought process with another black woman as my vice president. People need to think about the dynamics that they actually set up. People need to think about actually what they're strategically going for. People don't even go to their own fucking district meetings.
Exactly.
But they want to complain. Like, you don't even know about how to go through your own zoning. You don't even know how to fucking buy a house. You don't even know how to do even the most minute things, but you have the unmitigated goal to get on Facebook to try to give some type of random ass rant, and you want to sound like you fucking smart when all you did was read some bullshit that you just walked from somebody else. I hate it, but it's just regurgitated nonsense. That's why I agree with Neil deGrasse Tyson that for some odd reason, when we open this internet up, they should have opened a curriculum to actually discern individuals from bullshit information. That way, we'll actually have a different ability to know how and when something is full of shit, opposed to when something is actually valid. And most of these motherfuckers just will take anything just because it actually sounds good and it look good
and run
run like hell. I'm talking about Usain Bolt with the baton. So I ain't even like, for the most part, for any of the black individuals that may watch this and they see like, and they have some type of feeling that they don't want to vote, feeling or anything like that. If you do feel that way, especially with a black woman coming in, you could kiss one, my entire ass, two, you can catch these hands, and three, don't bitch and complain afterwards if they were to lose about any situations that go about because you on your Sambo shit. And most people don't even understand who Sambo is. So that's the actual person that people that confuse with Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was the actual person that was saving black women and actual black families. Sambo was the person that was over there killing other black people and doing all the extra detrimental shit. That is the actual correlation between that. And just to answer one thing off of Dave's situation as far as why was Bernie able to say, why was he able to have a black agenda and things of that nature? A big thing towards it is because, one, he's Jewish. So because like Bernie being Jewish and having a different stance, he has more availability to be able to say things like that, opposed to when if Elizabeth Warren was to say that, they are already going with her with the whole Pocahontas stuff. They going to Kamala Harris talking about she's Jamaican and her other mom is Asian or whatever the case may be. So they go through all of these extra parts, but they won't go to him because if they do, they will end up coming off as being against Israel, being against Jewish individuals, and things of that nature. So that is like, if you are going to come off anti-Semitic by giving him that type of criticism, it gives him that much more credence to be able to say that and use his voice to be able to say, like, I got a black agenda, I can do this. That's why that was what I surmised from him being able to say that.
That's a good point.
Stuff.
But also, just real quick, just to piggyback off of what Rex Shard just had to say, the people that's not going to vote, it's not the dope boys. Like, it's not the people that live in the hood. Like, it's the people with degrees. It's like, it's the black people that actually went to school. It's the black people that got master's degrees, that got bachelor's degrees, that can actually inform the people that didn't have the opportunity to do that, that's not going to vote. Because, I mean, even being in Atlanta and being like going back home to Battle Creek, it's like, I can talk to somebody right now and tell them, like, plain and simple, like, look, these are the candidates. This is what they got going on. This is what they represent. I feel like this is how you should frame your vote for, you know what I'm saying, for whatever particular candidate that you want to choose. It's the people with degrees that's being the most fucking stubborn. It's the people that's educated in our community that's on some, oh well, the candidate that I want is not on the ballot, so I'm just not going to vote. And I'm just like, yo, like that's not helping. That's not helping at all.
Facts.
It's just like the best thing you can do is educate the people in our community that don't have access to the same information that we have.
Facts.
Or that don't even have access to the information that like they're a convicted felon and they've been told that they can't vote. The best thing you can do is educate them on their rights and educate them on all the candidates so they can make their own decision. But it's like you being a college graduate and you just feeling like you taking a political stance and you just not gonna vote. Like that's not helping. That's why we in the situation that we in now.
You right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
right. But I know some hood niggas. I know some hood niggas and chicks that don't vote though, because they just petty and they like, I ain't shit. I ain't even get out the bed. You like what?
You know what I'm saying? But
you couldn't even get out the bed.
What? I swear to God.
But
I
Jasmine,
swear, like I'm serious.
But Jasmine, same time, I know even more people with degrees that just be like, oh, the candidate that I wanted is not on the ballot, so I'm not.
I ain't excluding them either. They trifling
too. You know what
too.
I'm saying? And I'm just like, like, yo, like, what you doing? Like
they trifling too.
Like our community already underrepresented. So you gonna take that and you gonna take it in a step further and just take your access and take your privilege and not utilize it.
The next time one of them dumb mugs say that, and if they under the age of 26, ask them if they still on their parents' insurance. If they still on their parents' insurance, punch them right in their goddamn chest.
Facts. All right, so we got to move on. I just want to say one more thing before we move on. Next topic is we got to move on. A couple of things that they're attacking her with. On her father's side, her father is Jamaican. Her grandfather, his name is Hamilton Brown. He owned the largest. He was the largest slave owner in Jamaica at the time. You know what I'm saying? What they not telling you is that, you know, like everything else is slavery. You know what I'm saying? She was related to this. What did I say earlier, Rashida? This melanin redacted. Her melanin redacted grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Obviously, you know he raped a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And probably in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's how a lot of times in our history how we are related to these things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So keep that in mind. Now her mother, on her mother's side, I believe she's some sort of Asian community. I think it's from India. Her family is a part of the Brahmin class, which is like the highest class in India, who allegedly, because I don't know enough about this, allegedly exploited another class of people for years. You know what I'm saying? So they're attacking her on all sides, you know what I'm saying, from her history. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make, out of all these melanin redacted people running in this race, they're attacking the black woman as being racist, as family being a slave owner. Slave owners, you know what I'm saying? So that's ironic. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind that she did have a foundation called the Back on Track program where people that did have all these charges, she made programs to try to get them back on their feet. She also has another program where it was for girls who were sex traffic workers in California. And she didn't charge those young ladies because she felt that they were victims and not actually, you know, having crimes of sex traffic working. You know what I'm saying? So she has done a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, they're not seeing anything that she hasn't done. So she's definitely done a lot. And she's actually called out Joe Biden, called him out on his shit too. So, you know what I'm saying? You want somebody to be, you know, not afraid to speak up, in my opinion.
And that's why I think they need her. Because she gonna have that black woman stance to be like, you know what, you on some bullshit.
And I think her being from Howard, her being an AKA, she has a community of people that are going to hold her accountable. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
I want to say
exactly.
HU don't play.
Yeah, they are going to hold her accountable.
HU don't play. I ain't mad at it.
All right, so
exactly.
Then, like she was a Howard and she AKA.
Yeah, she a Howard and AKA. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they definitely gonna hold her.
They're gonna hold her accountable. I feel like. This week's episode is sponsored by the Design Lab at Shutterstock & Co. From logos and business cards to invitations and custom tees, the Design Lab is your one-stop shop for graphics. The Design Lab is the sole creator for copacetic merchandise, available now. Use your promo code COPACETIC for 10% off your copacetic merchandise. Shop now using the link in our bio. Back to the podcast. Moving into our next segment, the email of the week. So this week, let's see. Dear TCH, dear the Copacetic Hour, for all your Instagram needs, make sure you are promoting the podcast for the contest for these next few months so you can get your free Copacetic merch. Okay. Should I tell my kids real dad that he's the father? I was going through my hoe phase and had sex with a few men in 1 month. The next month, when I found out I was pregnant, I picked the most successful, most good potential father and made him the daddy. It's been great relationship with my fake baby daddy, but his family has a lot of questions. I mean, I'm grown now. I'm successful. I can support my son on my own, but my fake baby daddy is just such a good dad. Should I try to find and have all the men tested? Or should I take this to the grave? I know it's a lot, but I need help. P.S. My son is 5 and there's 4 possible daddies.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
3.
That's a lot.
Hold on. I'm not.
We're gonna need some wine for this.
Hold on. I'm not done.
Hold on. Let me hit this nail real quick.
Hold on.
That's a lot of folk.
P.S. My son is 5. There are 4 possible daddies. 3 are married now, and one of them cheated on his wife to be with me. Please, Copacetic Hour, I need your help.
They need to call Ayanla Fix My Life.
Like, for real.
Right,
you ain't bullshit. That's the first thing I thought. Like, damn, you need to call Yanla. Because that's a mess.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
She needs her life.
That's a lot to facilitate.
So what is her question again?
Do she need to contact the 5 dudes that she had sex with in the same month?
She needs to contact Mari.
No.
And do she need to tell the person that's been playing dad that he possibly may not be the real dad?
Mari, Jerry Springer, all them sound better than that. Steve Wilkos, all them sound better.
And Steve gonna cut it into her, period.
Oh, Steve gonna snap.
Steve gonna snap.
If we being politically correct, she need to tell him.
If we being politically correct, she does need to tell him. This is my thing too. And this is my irritation, like, with women, okay? Like, especially women that have kids, and then, like, y'all have kids, y'all sleep around, and y'all have these kids, and y'all don't know who the fuck the daddy is, okay? This is my thing, okay? You should have been upfront with that shit from the get-go.
Facts.
Like, fuck waiting till the kid 5. This child that got attached to that man that got attached to that child, that man that got attached to y'all, that child that got attached to that family, all that.
Facts.
You cannot sit here and tell me you wait till this child is 5 years old to be like, oh, well, that might not be your daddy.
This might be enough. So that's why I said if we being PC, she need to tell him. But
she need to tell him. At the end of the day, she need to tell him. Because if that child, if she holds that in and take it to the grave, if she hold it in and take it to the grave, that child gonna grow up to resent her ass for not telling him the truth. And that man gonna resent her ass.
I was gonna say, or dude might pop her or something. I mean, you don't play with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
You don't play with people like that.
You don't play with people like that.
You don't play like that. Like
just ran somebody over.
Like, I mean, if you having sex with that many people, raw, male or female, at the end of the day, you knew what your actions was when you was doing it.
Facts.
So
exactly.
when it comes down to it, if it's time to make that decision, you got to you got to be mature enough to hit them people up and be like, look, this is the situation. This is what I need from you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why black men don't cheat.
Like
here we go.
Facts.
Let's say anyway.
Anyway, exactly.
I mean,
here we go.
That's a whole fact.
I mean, like I said, male or female, you gotta be mature enough to be ready to have that conversation. Because I mean, that's not fair to that kid to just not know.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not something that you would just want hanging over your head either.
And it's not even just about being mature. You got to be grown as fuck to be like, look, hey, I fucked up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, just admit that you just was out here reckless. Just admit the shit.
We all watched All American.
Call a thing a thing, beloved.
He said All American.
We all watched All American. Ain't nobody. How many of y'all was sitting up there being sympathetic to that mama?
Call a spade a spade. I don't watch All American, so I don't even know what you're referring to.
Me either. So I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about.
But all I know is call a spade a spade.
My only thing about it, the only reason I would say for her to say something now is because if something happens to that young man and he needs a donor or a blood transfusion or anything like that, she could be putting her son's life in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Y'all remember Medea's goes to jail.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
When that man, he said they said the baby needs a blood transfusion. He said, I gave blood. He said, yeah, you wasn't a match. Anybody got time for that?
You know what I'm saying? So that's my only thing. Nobody got
time for that.
If anything happened, and it don't gotta be when he's young. It could be when he's 35. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who your daddy is, you know what I'm saying? And you thinking this nigga is your daddy or some shit, and you thinking, oh yeah, he's just gonna give me something and I'm gonna be good. No, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't the real dad. Like, no, it's not a match. You know what I'm saying? So you don't do that.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just you don't do that. Black people
it's
got
just a
enough
fucked up thing.
We got enough identity crisis to navigate.
Seriously.
Like black women got their own identity crisis to navigate. Black men got their own identity crisis to navigate.
I will say this. This is my last addition to this topic. I'm personally a person that did not meet their biological father until they was 15. Okay. I didn't meet my bio father until I was literally 15. I didn't grow up with a dad. Now, with that being said, mama waited till I was 15 to say, like, oh, well, here, like, oh, this is your dad. So my thing is, and I got a strange ass man showing up on my doorstep after I come back from cheerleading at a game. I'm like, who the fuck is this man? Okay, that's what's up. Whatever. Right. And my thing is that you don't want to put your children in a position where they're already more than halfway through their teenagehood, literally stepping into adulthood, where you just now finding out that you got this other part of you that you never even fucking knew about because your family or your parents or your parent or whatever hid it from you. Right. That's bullshit. Period. Mm-hmm. That's bullshit. Period. At the end of the day, like, no, tell this to answer this, whoever this chick is question, you need to tell that man, you need to tell that child, and y'all need to figure that out. Y'all need to go tell them other 5 dudes, them other 4 dudes, go get them DNAs.
Right. I agree with that.
And
I agree with that. Cause it's not fair to any party involved. It's
exactly.
Not. But most importantly, not to that kid. Like, it's just not fair.
Facts. Now, Lena, what about you?
I was done after the first sentence. I was like, girl, I cannot. I just feel like, shoot, I don't want to offend nobody. I ain't gonna judge nobody because I've had my days. I've done my things that I'm not proud of. But baby girl, don't let this happen again. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You cannot let that happen again. And I feel like you definitely need to tell the true father, because you don't, like Justin said, you don't want that child to grow up resenting you, like, or you don't want them to find out in the streets either, because chances are maybe that man got another child. You don't know. They get 18 years old, do the ancestry,
and you know, they dad not on there, but they seeing all these other kids on there that they ain't never met in their life.
Right.
And then they got this whole mystery going, or they got people come up to them saying like, yeah, you know, my dad is this, or you don't know what can happen. It's just like,
exactly.
It's not in the outside of you. I feel like maybe she is contemplating this because she's afraid of how it's gonna make her look. And I feel like at this point, you need to take yourself out of the equation and think about the child, because the child deserves better than that. And I feel like, you know, I forget who said, but you just need to own up to what you did. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you at a point in your life, you're an adult. This baby is 5 years old. They're at the age where they start understanding stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? The memory of a child develops at 3 years old. So, you know, they 2 years fresh into remembering things. And I feel like, you know, they need to be remembering their father for who they are. And I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't have a relationship with that man if they choose. But I just saw, speaking of, you know how we see in posts, I just saw a post where y'all seen that where the dude gave the girl a gift, and the gift was the paper that said he wasn't the father.
I've seen that.
I ain't see
Like,
that. I ain't see that.
I've seen that.
That's giving me that kind of vibe, sis. And you don't want that to happen to you.
Girl, and she was shook, looking at the paper like, what is this?
Like,
They
try to
try
flip it on him. That's what got me.
Right.
She tried to flip it on him, talk about some, you know, why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why would you? Why would you do this? So I feel like to avoid anything going even further and people hating you, or, you know, you putting your life in danger because, you know, that's some hurtful stuff. You know, you can't, like, that's like, I'ma pray for you in your situation on some real stuff, not even being funny, because like I really feel like you know, like this is a life-changing thing, and I really want you to be safe out here. I want you to, you know, really think about how you gonna tell this person. I suggest bringing somebody you trust with you,
right,
to be a mediator in the situation. Definitely somebody
right,
that's
a nigga could go off like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And
I
then
mean,
those married men
might have got some signs.
Hey, like that's like peak sensitive.
Facts.
Like you trying to figure out if a kid that you've been caring about or raising is your kid or not. Like that's
that you love. She said he was a great dad. He loved his kid.
I don't even know. And it's just like shit. Why would you even put me in that position?
Facts.
That's a
Exactly.
lot.
Facts.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, to be a person that's kind of not been in this specific position, but to be in that position of just like you getting some bomb dropped on you and you like, bruh, what the fuck?
Were you ever?
And it's like, it's crazy because it was kind of like little nuggets being dropped as I was growing up. Cause like, I think we ran into his sisters one time because he has siblings that like lived in my city. My father doesn't live like in the city I grew up in.
Okay.
But it was so crazy, like being in a grocery store with your grandma and you run into these people that they just because your granny know them because they went to school with your mom and they went to school with my aunties, that type of stuff.
Right.
And then they just like, oh, she was just like my brother. It's just like, it's like, weird because when you're a kid, you don't think about that type of shit. Like, why are they saying that?
Right.
And then it's just like, when you get grown and you can see what the fuck is going on around you or what's happening now, you kind of like, bitch.
Now,
you could have hit a bitch with the truth like a long time ago and got this shit over with.
Were you ever? I'm sorry. Hold on, Rashida. Were you ever able to cultivate a relationship with your father after that?
I tried. I would say that like we tried, but you know, me and my father do not have a great relationship at all.
Okay.
Just because, and it's not even because we met later or nothing. It's just because you can't try to have a relationship with somebody that's one-sided. Like I can't be the person that's always traveling to visit you. I can't always be the person that's calling you and that's trying to gain a relationship with you. If you're not trying to at all, and my dad, my biological dad is an Army vet, all of that. I can't do that. And then you're not even reciprocating or even trying to. So for me, because it's not being reciprocated like any other relationship, I false the fuck back.
Facts.
And I don't feel any type of way just because at the end of the day, I didn't really grow up with you. I met you when I was damn near my way out of high school. So I ain't tripping. It's like, to me, I ain't tripping. That's just that though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but my thing is, I just wouldn't want any other kid in that situation where you're 17, 15, and you just now find out some information that could have been resolved years ahead of time. Like seriously, like that shit is crazy. Because then you sitting there as a teenager, you going through the rest of your like high school career. Think about that shit. Like what the fuck?
Like a Moesha.
I'm telling you, you could have like, bitch, you just ain't gonna say nothing. You couldn't say nothing. You went to
Right.
school with his motherfucking sister. Like y'all sat in class together.
Right.
You couldn't say nothing. That's crazy. It's like, and it's crazy because it's like you just don't want any other kid having to deal with stuff like that. That's my thing. I just don't want any other kid deal with some shit like that because that shit was heavy to go to spend the rest of my high school career even like being bothered with.
Facts.
And
Like
I just want to add something in there too, because I know someone that's older in life who is just now finding out the person who is their father wasn't their father, and they're like older. So, you know, and then unfortunately, when they found out who the father was, he passed away. So they didn't even get the opportunity to have that conversation. And it was like a known fact around other people, but they were the ones that was a bit oblivious to it. And now it's like, do I try to have a relationship with the family? You know, do I like, what do I do? So, you know, that's something you got to consider too. Like you're depriving somebody the opportunity to know their family, their roots, their history, all that stuff. And, you know, that's kind of a selfish move.
Yep. To even at least try to find it, to know. Yeah.
All right. We passed 2 hours now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and skip the hood situation. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all want people to actually listen to this shit. They ain't gonna be listening forever. Give them y'all hit up. Let them know where they can find y'all. If y'all got anything going on, please promote yourself to the best of your ability. We get about 1,000 listens every episode. Go ahead in the order that I bestowed upon you, please.
Oh, so that means I'm first then, huh?
Yes.
But no, guys, I'm Jasmine. Again, I just actually finished my MBA. But I'm trying to step into like the entrepreneurial, the mompreneur life of just things. So you can hit me up on Instagram and TikTok because I love TikTok. I make TikToks every day. At Jasmine Deshay, and that's JasminDesHea. And then I also just recently launched my YouTube channel. It's a hair channel, to be honest, a natural hair channel mixed in with some life things, mixed in with some growing pains, and my crazy child be on there too. So, and the YouTube is also Jasmine Deshay as well.
Shout out to her.
All right. So exit out. My name is Rich, Rashard Thrower. I'm starting a firearms and certified pistol license certification class that I'll be offering, but I'm also offer firearms online. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be going through BigShotAmmunitions.com. And
Big Shot or Big Shot?
Big Shot.
Big Shot. Okay.
Big Shot. Like Mr. Big Shot from like Chauncey Billups.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, man, shoot, just developing property, buying property, trying to expand on the wealth and stuff, and trying to do other stuff. So just be on the lookout for it.
Facts. Make sure y'all get in touch. All black people need to be owning weapons in this period in time. Facts.
You are not lying.
And then you put the pistol in the. Okay. I only have Twitter. My name on Twitter is just, you can find me at Queen Rashida, Rashida. You know, that's it. I'm just on Twitter. I ain't cool enough for the other stuff. So.
Hit her up on Twitter. Get all that information from her.
Rashida, get Instagram ASAP.
I got an Instagram, but I deleted it off my phone. I don't be using it.
She don't use it.
I don't post on there. I have it, but I don't use it.
Well, I'm Dave. My stage name is Diab, so AVE. I'm actually dropping my EP within the next few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. You can find me on Instagram at Worldwide Dave, which is worldwide_Dave.
Facts.
I'm hardly on Twitter, so
hit him up. Listen to his music. He got some great work out there.
All right. Well, I'm Lena Lavish. I'm a recording artist. I just dropped my latest single, So Fly. The video is on YouTube right now, and I got a lot of new music coming. I sing and rap, like I mentioned before, so I'm sure you'll find something that you vibe with. All my social media is just Lena Lavish, Layna, and then Lavish, no underscore, no periods, none of that. Just type me in. Got my music on all platforms. It's on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever you use to listen to music. My music is on there, okay? So check me out, like it, show some love. You know what I'm saying? I got a positive message in my music. You know, me being a teacher and all, I'll try to keep it positive, keep the vibes good, and just make music that make people feel good. So, you know, show love. I show love back.
Facts. Hit her up. Make sure y'all go and support. She got some dope stuff out there. And I am your host, 5. You can hit me up at notorious_BIG_E or hit up the podcast Instagram at the Copacetic Hour, or hit up the Instagram the Twitter Copacetic Hour. Submit your promotion for the contest this month and up to December. Like I said, in December, we will pick a grand prize winner, but you have to participate every month from August until now. So we're going to leave you with our mantra. Please protect your peace, secure your wealth, and define your destiny. This is the Copacetic Hour.
That's why I'm Lena Lavish, the one that keep it sexy and the one that's always classy.